one of my friends sent me this poem, and I just thought it was beautiful. It's called The God Who Loves You by Carl Dennis. It must be troubling for the God who loves you to ponder how much happier you'd be today had you been able to glimpse your many futures. It must be painful for God to watch you on Friday evenings, driving home from the office, content with your week, 3 fine houses sold to deserving families, knowing as God does exactly what would have happened had you gone to your second choice for college. Knowing the roommate you'd have been allotted, whose ardent opinions on painting and music would have kindled in you a lifelong passion, a life 30 points above the life you're living, on any scale of satisfaction, and every point a thorn in the side of the God who loves you. You don't want that, a large-souled man like you who tries to withhold from your wife the day's disappointments so she can save her empathy for the children. You would want this God to compare, and would you want this God to compare your wife with the woman you were destined to meet on the other campus? It hurts you to think of God ranking the conversation you'd have enjoyed over there higher in insight than the conversation you're used to. And think how this loving God would feel knowing that the man next in line for your wife would have pleased her more than you ever will, even on your best days when you really try. Can you sleep at night believing a God like that is pacing his cloudy bedroom, harassed by alternatives, you're spared by ignorance? The difference between what is and what could have been will remain alive for God, even after you cease existing, even after you catch a chill running out in the snow for the morning paper, losing 11 years that the God who loves you will feel compelled to imagine scene by scene, unless you come to the rescue by imagining God no wiser than you are, no God at all, only a friend, no closer than the actual friend you made at college, the one you haven't written in months. Sit down tonight and write him about the life you can talk about, with a claim to authority, the life you've witnessed, which for all you know is the life you've chosen. So we begin preparing for the lives we've chosen and renewing them and looking again and starting fresh. So we begin on page 18 in our prayer books.
הנני אני מס, נרעש ונפחד, מפחד יושב תהילות ישראל. באתי לעמוד ולהתחנן לפניך על עמך ישראל אשר שלחוני אף על פי שאיני חדי והגון לכך לכן אבקש ממך אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה אדוני אדוני אל רחום וחנון אלוהי ישראל שדי איום ונורא אין להצליח דרכי אשר אני הולך לעמוד ולבקש רחמים עלי ועל שוכי כי אתה שומע תפילת עמך ישראל ברחמים ברוך אתה אדוני שומע תפילה
Behold, me of little merit, trembling and afraid, as I stand before you to plead for your people. O gracious God, the one enthroned by Israel's praises, compassionate and loving, accept my petition and that of my people. Let them not be put to shame because of me, nor I because of them. Sinners though we are, let our prayers come before you, innocent and sweet and pleasing, as though from hearts more worthy than ours. Let love be the banner we raise in your sight, and let that love conceal all our sins and make them as though they had not been. Change our afflictions to joy and gladness, our misdeeds to acts of life. May our love of truth and peace remove all that hinders us from sincere and fruitful prayer. O God, supreme God of every age, God eternal, let my prayer find favor for the sake of the righteous, the loyal, the honest, and upright, and for the sake of your own glorious purpose on earth, for you are the one who in mercy hears our prayer. Blessed are you who hearkens to prayer. And we'll turn back now to page 17 for the lighting of our festival candles, and I'd like to invite up Jan Herson to come and lead us in that. Amen. Thank you, Jan.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
And we continue on page 20. Hear me, Jacob, Israel, whom I have called. I am the one, the beginning and the end. My own hand founded the earth and spread out the skies. Thus says the Eternal One, who created the heavens and stretched them out, who made the earth and all that grows in it, who gives breath to its people and spirit to those who walk on it. I, the Eternal,
have called you to righteousness and taken you by the hand and kept you. I have made you a covenant people, a light to the nations, to open blind eyes, to bring the captives out of prison, and those who sit in darkness from their dungeons.
Thus says the Eternal One, creator of heavens, the one who is.
I am, I will be, there is none else. Justice is my speech, right my declaration. The troubled past is forgotten, hidden from my sight.
For behold, I created a new heaven and a new earth, the past forgotten, never called to mind. Be glad then, and rejoice forever in my creation.
Before us lies a new day, and in the distance, a new world, ours to create by the strength of our fate. Esa enai el harim me'ayin yavo ezri. Esa enai el harim me'ayin Ezri me'im Adonai Oseh shamayim va'aretz.
Summer's gone, nights grown cold. These are the days of awe. The shofar blows. With bread in hand, down to the sea, we take time, give thanks, and cast our sadness free. That we may start free, that we may come clear, that we may know sweetness and peace throughout the year. That we may find love where we need it most, and open our hearts and hands and draw each other close. A day to fast and count the ways we've promised and fallen short, we meet each other's gaze. We begin again, life won't wait, time turns and we return and walk on through the gates. Under the moon, a roof of trees, we bring in the harvest, beneath the stars we eat and sing for joy. Make ourselves strong, we'll reap what we've sown, may it last all year long. That we may start fresh, that we may come clear, that we may know sweetness and peace throughout the year. That we may find love where we need it most, and open our hearts and hands and draw each other close. Judith Kate Friedman.
Thank you. And on the bottom of page 21, God of our people, hear our prayer. We who speak are Jews. Remember, the bush you kindled once in the desert air, years ago on Horeb's lonely sand, that fire you lit to set the centuries aflame, and say to us your endless perfect name, I am what I will be. It burns eternally now, that light upon our altars now, against the night. And there are deserts still. We are the Jews, we do not forget. Remember the words you spoke in stone and thunder. The mountains smoked, and the dismayed multitude stood off, hearing the first time the words they could not refuse, fearing the burden and the God that set them into history. And there are mountains still. We are the Jews, we cannot forget. We come here then, but something far more deep compels the ancient desert dream we keep. A people touched by God, a certain grace that tells of you. We are locked with you in old identity. Remember the lightning of that place, something in us of your awesome will, something of that mountain's thunder still. Love us as much as we will let you. We are your Jews. We will not forget you. B'chodesh hashvi'i be'achad lachodesh yeh lachen Shabbaton zichron trua mikra kodesh kol malechet avodah lo ta'asu. I'd like to invite Sadie Lehman and Phoenix Hotmeyer Mitchell to come and open the doors of the Ark and ask everyone to please rise. Should I start now?
Tiku v'chodesh shofar b'kesel yom chagenu ki chog leYisrael hu mishpat lelohei Yaakov mishpat lelohei Yaakov.
Yehi ratzon milfanecha Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu shetchadesh aleinu ve'al kol Beit Yisrael al Hashanah hazot shanat chameshet alafim u'sheva me'ot v'shishim u'shmona l'chaim u'l'shalom l'sason u'l'sameach l'shua u'l'nechama v'nomar Amen. May it be your will, eternal our God, God of all generations, that the year 5778 bring to us and the whole house of Israel life and peace, joy and exaltation, redemption and comfort, and let us say,
Amen. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai המבורך לעולם ועד.
There was silence, there was chaos, there was a voice. A mind went forth to form worlds. Now order reigns where chaos once held sway. The law makes evening fall.
The law brings on the dawn.
The moon follows accustomed paths, constellations their patterned ways. Sovereign is the will that orders the stars in their courses in the endless skies. Sovereign is that will.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו והם נגד יומם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד.
Please be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לעוד על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
What does it mean to be a Jew? You shall be holy.
In the face of the many, to stand for the one. In the presence of fragments, to make them whole.
What does it mean to be a Jew? You shall be a holy people.
To hold fast to our vision of truth, to retain our faith in tomorrow.
Holy in our past is the memory of redemption from Egyptian bondage.
Holy in our day is the hope of a redemption we still await.
Twice holy in our past are those who gave their lives to hallow this world.
Holy is the Jew today and tomorrow who bears witness to the goodness of life.
And holy are those whose lives are songs in freedom's cause.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהי לו תוספת מלכותך, ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, ברוך הוא ברוך שמו. גאל ישראל.
Your book of life doesn't begin today on Rosh Hashanah. It began when you were born. Some chapters were written by other people, your parents, siblings, and teachers. Parts of your book were crafted out of experiences you had because of other people's decisions, where you lived, what schools you went to, what your homes were like. But the message of Rosh Hashanah, the anniversary of the creation of the world, is that everything can be made anew again. That much of your book is written every day by the choices you make. The book is not written and sealed. You get to edit it, decide what parts you want to emphasize and remember, and maybe even which parts you want to leave behind. Shana Tova means both good year and good change. Today you can change the rest of your life. It is never too late. Rabbi Laura Geller.
Thank you. Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu, L'shalom, L'shalom, Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom, V'hamidenu Malkeinu L'chaim, U'L'shalom, L'shalom, Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom, Ufros aleinu Sukkot shlomecha, Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom, Ushmor Tzeitenu, Uvoenu L'chaim U'Shalom, Ve'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom, L'shalom, Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom.
May we lie down this night in peace and rise up to life renewed. May night spread over us a shelter of peace, of quiet and calm, the blessing of rest. There will come a time when morning will bring no word of war or famine or anguish. There will come a day of happiness, of contentment and peace. Praise be the source of joy within us, for the night and its rest, for the promise of peace. And we rise for Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah Ve'amad yivrach erotei Ve'amlich malchutei B'chayechon u'v'yomechon Uv'chayedecho Beit Yisrael Bagala Uvizman Kariv Vimeru Amen Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam U'lamei Almaya Yitbarach Vishtabach Vitpa'ar vitramam vitnasei Vitadar vitale vitalal Shemei dekudashah Le'ela u'leila Min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Da'amiran be'amav Vimeru Amen.
And we continue with Tefillah on page 30.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Lechel v'Elohei Rachel Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevi Geula Livnei B'neihem Leman Shemo B'Ahava Zochreinu Lechaim Melech Hafetz B'Chaim V'Chodfeinu B'Sefer HaChaim L'mancha Elohim Chaim Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia Mechakel Chaim Bechesed Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verafeh Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Bal Gevurot Umidom Elah Melech Meimit Umechaye Umatzmiach Yeshua Michamocha Av HaRachamim Zocher Yetzurat L'chaim, l'chaim, v'rachamim, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה.
You are holy, your name is holy, and those who strive to be holy declare your glory day by day. Please be seated. We are continuing on page 32.
Hang on a second. וכן תן פחדך, אדוני אלוהינו, על כל מעשיך, ועמדך על כל מה שבראת, ועמדך על כל מה שברכתי, ויראוך כל המעשים. וישתחוו לפניך כל הברואים, ויעשו כולם אגודה אחת, לעשות רצונך בלבב שלם. כמו שידענו אדוני אלוהינו, שהשלטון לפניך, עוז בידך ושמך, hold on a second, וימינך, עוז בידך וגבורה, וימינך ושמך נורא, על כל מה שבראת, ושמך נורא, על כל מה שבראת.
Eternal God, cause all your works to stand in awe before you, and all that you have made to tremble at your presence. Let all that lives revere you, and all creation turn to you in worship. Let them all become a single family, doing your will with a perfect heart. For well we know, eternal God, that yours is the majesty, yours the might, and awesome is your name in all creation.
ובכן תן כבוד אדוני לעמך, לעמך תהילה, לרעך ותקווה לדורשך, ותפתחון פה למחללים לך, שמחה לארצך, שמחה לארצך, וששון לרעך, וצמיחת קרן לכל יושבי תבל, וצמיחת קרן לכל יושבי תבל.
Grant honor to your people, glory to those who revere you, hope to those who seek you, and courage to those who trust you. Bless your land with gladness and your city with joy, and cause the light of redemption to dawn for all who dwell on earth.
ובכן צדיקים יראו וישמחו, יראו וישמחו, ושרים יעלוזו וחסידים בבינה יגילו, ושרים יעלוזו וחסידים ברינה יגילו, ועלתה תקפוץ פיה בכל הרישה, כולה כעשן תכלה. כי תעביר ממשלת זדון מן הארץ, ותמלוך אתה אדוני לבדך על כל מעשיך, ככתוב בדברי קודשך. ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור. Hallelujah.
Then the just shall see and exult, the upright be glad, and the faithful sing for joy. Violence shall rage no more, and evil shall vanish like smoke. The rule of tyranny shall pass away from the earth, and you alone shall reign over all your works. As it is written, the Eternal One shall reign forever. Your God, O Zion, from generation to generation. Hallelujah.
Kadosh atah v'norah shemecha, ve'ein Eloah mibaladecha kakatuv, vayigba Adonai tzevaot b'mishpat, ve'ha'el hakadosh nikdash b'tzedakah.
You are holy, awesome is your name. There is no God but you, as it is written. The God of all being is exalted by justice. The holy God is sanctified by righteousness. Blessed is our God, the holy sovereign.
Baruch atah Adonai, HaMelech, 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 HaKadosh.
In love and favor, O God, you have chosen us from all the peoples. Hallowing us with your mitzvot, our sovereign, you have summoned us to your service, that through us your great and holy name may become known in all the earth. In your love, O God, you have given us this day of remembrance, to hear the sound of the shofar, to unite in worship, and to recall the exodus of Egypt from Egypt. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Ya'alev yavo v'yizacher zichronenu v'zichron, kol amcha beit Yisrael lefanecha l'tova l'chein l'chesed u'rachamim, l'chaim u'l'shalom bayom hazikaron hazeh, zochrenu Adonai Eloheinu bo l'tova,
Amen.
ufokdenu vo livracha,
Amen.
v'hoshienu vo l'chaim.
Amen.
Our God and God of all ages, be mindful of your people Israel on this day of remembrance, and renew in us love and compassion, goodness, life, and peace. This day remember us for well-being.
Amen.
This day bless us with your nearness.
Amen.
This day help us to live.
Amen.
Our God and God of our ancestors, may you rule in glory over all the earth, and let your grandeur be acclaimed throughout the world. Reveal the splendor of your majesty to all who dwell on earth, and all your works may know you as their maker, and all the living acknowledge you as their creator. Then all who breathe shall say, the sovereign God of Israel is the one whose dominion extends to all creation. Our God and God of our ancestors,
sanctify us with your mitzvot, and let your Torah be our way of life. Satisfy us with your goodness, gladden us with your salvation, and purify our hearts to serve you in truth. For you, O God, are truth, and your word is true forever.
Blessed is the Eternal One who hallows the house of Israel and the day of remembrance.
Say Adonai Eloheinu, me'amecha Yisrael, u'tefilatam be'ahava tekabel, u'tehi leratzon, tamid avodat Yisrael. Yisrael Amecha, El Karov Lechol Korav, Penei Elavadecha V'choneinu, Shafach Ruchacha Aleinu, V'techezena Eineinu, B'shuvecha Letzion. Let Zion, let Zion.
On Rosh Hashanah, the sense of sorrow, fear, and awe become mixed with joy. Even as we face our own transgressions, we can feel joy in knowing there is a judge who cares about our transgressions, a justice to which we are responsible in the first place, and joy in knowing that the judge is full of motherly and fatherly compassion. What would our world be like if there was no justice in it? And what would our world be like if there was only strict justice in it, no forbearance, mercy, or compassion? Rabbi Arthur Wesker.
Thank you. And at the top of page 37, we read together.
We gratefully acknowledge that you are our eternal God and God of our people, the God of all generations. You are the rock of our life, the power that shields us in every age. We thank you and sing your praises for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your keeping, for the miracles which are daily with us, and for your wondrous gifts at all times, morning, noon, and night. You are goodness. Your mercies never end. You are compassion. Your love never fails. You have always been our hope.
For all these things, O sovereign God, let your name be forever exalted and blessed, and let life abundant be the heritage of all the children of your covenant. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Eternal God, whose nature is goodness, we give you thanks and praise.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amacha Tasim Leolam Ki Atahu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom V'tov be'einecha לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך בספר חיים ברכה ושלום ברכה ושלום ופרנסה טובה ברכה ושלום ניזכר וניכתב לפניך אנחנו וכל עמך בית ישראל לחיים טובים ולשלום ברוך אתה אדוני עושה השלום.
And we take time now for our own private prayers.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי
I'd like to invite up Jack Goldfarb and Hudson Teigel to open the doors of the Ark and ask everyone to please rise as we turn to page 40. So do it gently because it bangs otherwise at the end, but wait for Hudson. So gently, gently. Okay. Go for it. Yep. Avinu Malkeinu, hear our voice. Avinu Malkeinu, we have sinned against you. Avinu Malkeinu, have compassion on us and on our children. Avinu Malkeinu, make an end to sickness, war, and famine. Avinu Malkeinu, make an end to all oppression. Avinu Malkeinu, inscribe for us blessing in the book of life. Avinu Malkeinu, let the new year be a good year for us. Avinu Malkeinu, give strength to your people Israel. Avinu Malkeinu, be gracious and answer us, for we have little merit. Treat us generously and with kindness, and be our help.
Avinu Malkeinu, Shema Kolenu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chatzanu lefanecha. Avinu Malkeinu, Chamol aleinu, ve'al ol aleinu, ve'tapenu. Avinu Malkeinu, Kale dever, ve'cherev ve'ra'av, me'aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Kale kotzar, u'mastim me'aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Korvenu b'sefer chaim tovim. Avinu Malkeinu, Chadesh aleinu, Chadesh aleinu, Shana tova. Avinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Hareim, Hareim, Keren Yisrael Amecha. Avinu Malkeinu, Chonenu va'anenu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chonenu va'anenu, ki en banu masim. Aseh imanu, tzedaka v'chesed. Aseh imanu, tzedaka v'chesed, ve'hoshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chonenu v'anenu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chonenu v'anenu, ki en banu masim.
Gently again, because it'll bang at the other end too. Nice job. Wait. Thank you, Hudson. Please be seated.
525,600 minutes. 525,000 moments so dear. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year?
Thank you, Flip. How do you measure a year? It's a good question. How do you measure time, success, change? Sometimes it's easy. You ran a mile in 12 minutes and then you ran it in 11. Clear, obvious improvement. But let's say you want to get to the point where you can run it in 7 minutes. How do you get there? How often should you run so you improve your time without injuring yourself? How far should you run each time you go out? Do you vary your runs or run the same amount each time to improve? How many weeks or months should it take your time to improve? Are there other things you should be doing, other exercises to help improve your time? How much sleep should you get? Do you run the same time of day? Do you eat before a run? How long before you run should you eat, etc., etc.? Now, of course, there are coaches and folks who help you answer all of those questions, but there still might be a point at which your shape or your age or your talent or your time that you can really dedicate to this task or your boredom with the task will stop you from fully achieving the goal. A lot has been written lately about grit, about the ability to face difficulty and failure and continue on with your task. Much of the literature on this lately is about how to raise children with grit, how to let them fail so that they learn how to succeed, that ultimately we help our kids become most successful if we help them the most with the skill of grit and resilience, that is, getting back up, rather than almost anything else we can do for them. I've been thinking a lot about grit, but also a lot about exactly how we measure success. What does raising a successful child look like? Do we measure success by their academic abilities, by their imagination and creative abilities, by their ability to find and hold employment, by the salary they achieve, by becoming the best in their field, by their ability to create a healthy family? All those things, right? But also other ways. Are they mostly happy? Do they have friends, a community, love? But not just how do we raise successful children, how do we measure success in ourselves? Have I improved this year? What direction should I move in for next year? From my reading, it seems that Anders Ericsson is the primary researcher who has looked at success and how successful people find that success. He's most famous for the 10,000-hour rule. He explained that experts become experts primarily through 10,000 hours of intentional practice. He actually is not convinced that innate talent or brilliance has much to do with anything. Rather, he teaches that anyone can decide on a skill they would like to become great at and spend day after day, hour after hour working and improving on that skill. And after 10,000 hours or so, anyone can become an expert. 10,000 hours of running, become a great runner. That's amazing and reassuring. All we have to do to become better at anything is practice. This is true not just when it comes to learning the cello or becoming a rocket scientist, but also towards the theme of this holiday, becoming better people, kinder people, more inclusive people. Intentional repetition is the first key towards success in anything. Psychologist Angela Duckworth has gotten a lot of attention this year for her book called Grit. She writes this in her preface, and we'll see, every time I read it, I start sobbing, so bear with me. Growing up, I heard the word genius a lot. It was always my dad who brought it up. He liked to say, apropos of nothing at all, you know, you're no genius. This pronouncement might come in the middle of dinner, during a commercial break for the Love Boat, or after he flopped down on the couch with the Wall Street Journal. I don't remember how I responded. Maybe I pretended not to hear. My dad's thoughts turned frequently to genius, talent, and those who had more than whom. He was deeply concerned with how smart he was. He was deeply concerned with how smart his family was. I wasn't the only problem. My dad didn't think my brother and sister were geniuses either. By his yardstick, none of us measured up to Einstein. Apparently, this was a great disappointment. Dad worried that this intellectual handicap would limit what we'd eventually achieve in life. 2 years ago, I was fortunate enough to be awarded the MacArthur Fellowship, sometimes called the Genius Grant. You don't apply for the MacArthur. You don't ask your friends or colleagues to nominate you. Instead, a secret committee that includes the top people in your field decides you're doing important and creative work. There was about a month between the MacArthur call and its official announcement. Apart from my husband, I wasn't permitted to tell anyone. And that gave me time to ponder the irony of the situation. A girl who is told repeatedly that she's no genius ends up winning the award for being one. The award goes to her because she has discovered that what we eventually accomplish may depend more on our passion and perseverance than on our innate talent. She has by then amassed degrees from some pretty tough schools, but in the 3rd grade, she didn't test high enough for the gifted and talented program. Her parents are Chinese immigrants, but she didn't get lectured on the salvation of hard work. Against stereotype, she can't play a note of piano or violin. The morning the MacArthur was announced, I walked over to my parents' apartment. My mom and dad had already, this is the part that gets me, my mom and dad had already heard the news, and so had several aunties who were calling in rapid succession to offer congratulations. Finally, when the phone stopped ringing, my dad turned to me and said, "I'm proud of you." I had so much to say in response, but instead I just said, "Thanks, Dad." There was no sense in rehashing the past. I knew that, in fact, he was proud of me. Still, part of me wanted to travel back in time when I was a young girl. I'd tell him what I know now. I would say, "Dad, you claim I'm no genius. I won't argue with that. You know plenty of people who are smarter than I am." I can imagine his head nodding in sober agreement. But let me tell you something. I'm going to grow up to love my work as much as you love yours. I won't just have a job. I'll have a calling. I'll challenge myself every day. When I get knocked down, I'll get back up. I may not be the smartest person in the room, but I'll strive to be the grittiest. Oh, every time. Every time. And if he was listening, I'd say, in the long run, Dad, grit may matter more than talent. Grit matters more than talent. Keep practicing, love what you're doing, dedicate yourself to it, and when you fail, because you will fail, get back up. This is the recipe. Who could argue with this? There's plenty of evidence that no one becomes successful without plenty of practice and the ability to recover again and again from failure. So I did some of my own math. I was ordained as a rabbi in the spring of 1996. This evening is the 22nd time I've led high holidays as a rabbi. But I also led services and gave sermons for 4 years as a student rabbi. So that's 26 high holidays. Then if we think about Erev services and morning services, second day Rosh Hashanah services, Yom Kippur, also as afternoon and Ne'ilah services. So I figure if we put the holidays together, I'm leading and preaching close to 20 hours a year times 26 years. That's only 520 hours. So even if we're super generous and throw in the prep time, which takes a lot more time than actually standing up here, that's roughly 50 hours a year. So 50 times 26 gets me to 1,250 hours, plus the 520 hours of leading high holidays, and I'm still only at 1,770 hours into this high holiday rabbi gig. Then I did the math another way. If I spend roughly 70 hours a year between preparation and services time, how many years until I become a High Holy Days expert? 142.86 years. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll live long enough to achieve that particular goal. 10,000 hours is a lot. But maybe I'm counting the hours all wrong. I improve at my high holiday skills because of all the hours I put in all year long leading and speaking at Shabbat services. There is about 3 hours of prep time each week, plus about 3 hours of leading services Friday and Saturday each week, 49-ish weeks a year. Sometimes I go on vacation and I miss services. If we do that math and multiply it by 22 years as a rabbi, Oh, I did the math wrong. I did it by 21 years. We'll see, it might come out differently. Someone will have to pull out your calculators. So if we multiply it by 21 years as a rabbi and throw in a little extra for my student pulpits, I get to about 6,700 hours. So add my 1,770 of high holiday hours, I might just become an expert before I retire. For my field, that might be a perfect goal. This way, I'll know I haven't gotten there yet. I have more to learn and more to practice. I'll still get it wrong and make mistakes right up to the minute I finish. Even then, I might have more to learn. In his book Outliers, Malcolm Gladwell also studies success and successful people. For all of them, the key was getting those 10,000 hours of practice in when they were young, school age or college or very early in their careers. He notes that elite athletes begin practicing daily, usually as children, and so by the time they become professionals, they've already experienced their 10,000 intentional hours and plenty of defeats, and they've learned how to turn those defeats into wins the next time. But he also notes that luck has a lot to do with success. Those same child athletes had to be born at the right time of year to be bigger than the other kids in their grade at the beginning of the season, so that they would be on the better teams with better coaching and more time playing tougher teams. But he also writes that your family and your family history plays a huge role in your success. Has your family taught you how to ask questions, how to expect to be respected? Did your parents help ensure that you got what you needed, whichever your area of expertise was? Did you get running shoes, a computer, art lessons? I really loved this book, partly because there's a whole section entitled Lesson Number 1, The Importance of Being Jewish. But also because of his section about communication styles. He writes about a problem that the Korean airlines faced. They were having a lot of crashes, not because their pilots were bad or their airplanes were defective. The planes were crashing because of communication styles. The co-pilots and engineers in the cockpits were not empowered enough to correct the pilots or clearly state any problems they saw and firmly suggest corrections. They were also far too polite in requesting emergency help from air traffic control. So the controllers did not fully understand the urgency of the situation in the air. Polite behavior and the inability to forcefully speak up and insist on change caused airplanes to crash and people to die. The airline has been able to improve their flight safety. You can fly them again. But it required an entire cultural shift to do it. Of all my reading on this topic, this was some of the most interesting to me. Success, grit, expertise, resilience, all of these things take a lot of work. We have to be prepared to fail if we are ever going to succeed. Duckworth explains that we need to love what we are doing and have passion for it, otherwise we will tire of the work. And Gladwell teaches that in addition to the work and the love for what we do also need some kind of talent and a family background that aids in our success. Not everyone who works hard can be an opera singer or even a runner. Some of us are just born with better mechanical systems and better support systems for certain things. In doing all of this reading, it had me thinking a lot about what it takes for a community to succeed. What does it take for a congregation to be successful? And how do we rate our success from year to year? Sometimes I wonder that we fall into the trap of counting noses. How many people attended an event? How many people attended Shabbat services? How many kids in the religious school? Are there more or less as the years go on? Are we growing? And the truth is, we grow a little, we shrink a little, we grow a little. Does that mean we aren't successful, or does it mean that we are still in our first 10,000 hours of intentional practice? What are some of the other ways we can measure our success? Do our students leave this place and feel prepared as Jews in the world? Do they understand themselves, their culture, and their religion in order to confidently live Jewish lives? Does this community support them both when they have success and when they have difficulty? How well are we taking care of our members when they are struggling? How well are we celebrating with our members when they have success? Are we continuing to push ourselves and each other into deeper relationships with each other and to deeper knowledge and to better connections within our congregation and outside of our congregation? Does the existence of this community make Vancouver better? Does it make the world better? And if not, what about our culture or our communication needs to change in order for us to improve? One way or another, our board has tried to ask these questions of our congregation year after year. Sometimes we've done a good job of collecting that data, and sometimes we've mostly been guessing. That work will continue this year and next, and the year after that, and so on. But I hope you all, our members, understand your role as partners in that work. Please do tell me, please do tell the board, please do talk to each other about what you want more and what you want less, and what work you are willing to do to help us get there. I read or heard a story somewhere about two kids who were climbing high up in a tree when out of nowhere, wind and rain gusted up. The kids were too high to climb down in the sudden storm and needed to stay where they were until help could get to them. The parent of one of the children yelled to their child, "Hold on tight." The parent of the other child yelled, "Don't let go." That's the child that fell. We all do better with positive reinforcement as well. Tell us when we exceed, and tell us what new things you'd like us to try. Please be respectful, but not too polite. Tell us when there is a need that must be met. Since I have not yet completed my 10,000 hours of rabbinics, I haven't quite learned mind reading skills as well as I would like. So here we are together again. Another year completed, another new year ahead of us. Let this moment be one of reflection on our own individual work towards self-improvement, but also reflection on our community's work as well. We will fail and we will succeed. We will dedicate ourselves and we will have passion for the work that we do here together. So, how can we measure a year?
Love, how about love? How about love? Remember the love.
Sometimes we fail, sometimes we succeed. Love, thank you. Shana Tova, thank you, Flip, for the musical expertise there. So we will continue on page 43 as we rise for Aleinu.
Sorry. I just did that because of the sermon. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'atei gedula liotzer b'reshit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו וגופי מרומים הוא אלוהינו אין עוד אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד.
And on page 45, at this sacred moment, we turn our thoughts to those who have gone from life. We recall the joy of their companionship. We feel a pang, the echo of that intenser grief, when first their death lay before our stricken eyes. Now we know that they will never vanish so long as heart and thought remain within us. By love are they remembered, and in memory they live. O God, grant that their memory may bring strength and blessing. May the nobility in their lives and the high ideals they cherished endure in our thoughts and live on in our deeds. May we, carrying on their work, help to redeem your promise that life shall yet prevail. And this week, we remember the recent death of Larry Allen Coel, Ken Wetzel, Pearl Schwartz, Robert Williams, Jack Turteltaub, Norman Green, John Amundsen, Morty Rubin, Eugene Axelrod, Charlene Axelrod, Stan Chu, Jordan Cohen, Eugene Chernick, Beth Lewis, Mark David, Barbara Pike, Sylvia Wenninger, Susan Moss, Barry Bass, Michael Klein, Alden Cohen, Rabbi Marcus Burstein. And we remember the yahrzeit of Francis Fish, Ben Wiernick, Mitchell Feingold, Gerson J. Abramson. If there are other people that you are remembering, please say their names out loud as I look around the room. Anyone else? Thank you. So we'll join together on page 45. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yalma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'galau v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehe shmei Rabbah mevarach leolam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudsha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Damiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
May the source of peace and peace to those who mourn and comfort to those who are bereaved. And we all say,
Amen.
please be seated. I want to invite Larry Holzman up to the bima to speak.
Yeah, it was a tough one to follow,
I'm sorry.
but I guess it's kind of good.
If you want, I can play a bad note again.
No, I'll take care of that.
All right.
Well, good evening. Shana Tova and welcome. For those who don't know me, my name is Larry Holzman, and I'll be Colome's next president starting October 1st. And although it's happening a little sooner than I expected, I'm excited for the opportunity to become a larger part of this special place. Also, as I look out in the congregation at some of the other past presidents, I look forward to the time when I will be among them. I've been a member of this congregation for about 22 years, and I've spent a little less than half of that time serving on the board in one capacity or another. Don't have 10,000 hours of board meetings, fortunately. And the board meetings are significantly shorter than they used to be. But, you know, we're all doing the best we can. I've seen a number of major changes over the years, from meeting in a small church on Hazeldale Avenue when we led our own services, to hiring a lay leader, to forming a religious school, to hiring a rabbi, and finally to building our own home, where we have now been for 5 years. This congregation succeeds because of the efforts of its congregants. Other than a few paid positions which comprise most of our budget, and this position isn't one of them, Colome runs on those who volunteer their time, energy, and resources. At this time, on behalf of myself, the board, the rabbi, and the congregation, I want to give a special thanks to Robin Hayden for her service and dedication to our congregation. She has spent years working for us, with the only satisfaction being that we would get to a better place. We are going to miss you, Robin, but we wish you the best in Mexico. And also, you can feel free to send us some of your weather this winter. We have had a good year here at Colamy, and I guess I can give some stats
A few, one or two.
because we sort of do some of that. We are a full-service congregation, and we plan to continue to meet the needs of the Jewish community in Southwest Washington for years to come. We currently have 130 member families and 60 kids in our religious school. This year and last year were small years in that we had 3 B'nai Mitzvah this last year, 2 this coming year. But next year we will have 5 and then 7 the year after that. This year our high school program is up to 20 students, but we aren't sure if the addition of Jewish sex education to the curriculum had anything to do with that.
Might have something to do with it.
I don't know anything about it. Our membership is up slightly from last year, and we got 3 fresh faces on the board this past May. There will also be a number of board positions opening this next May, so feel free to step up and let us know. We have been active in our community, and we will continue to seek to educate people about our values and what is important to us. I want to thank you again for coming tonight. I look forward to serving the congregation and to seeing you all more often. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Tova.
Don't move, because you're also going to do the announcements.
Oh, I'm doing the announcement. Uh-oh. You didn't tell me about that.
Sorry. I just decided it now.
Really? All of these? That's like a lot.
They're all important.
They told me to be brief. Get in, get out. There are other people that are way better at this. Okay, this is the weekly announcements. Rosh Hashanah morning services are at 10 a.m. tomorrow. There's a luncheon tomorrow after morning services, and you are all welcome to attend. You must go to services in order to get the food. Rosh Hashanah family services are Thursday at 3 p.m. If you are unable to make it to a high holiday service, you can now live stream it. You can find the link in the happenings. Okay, probably have to get my children to figure out how to do that.
You just click it. It's
Just
a click.
click?
It's just a click.
Okay, it's like Amazon.
Yeah.
Tashlich is at 4:30 on Thursday, September. See, I may not ever have to do this again.
I'm going to interrupt you and say a word about Tashlich, though. I'm worried about the ducks. So we usually throw bread. It's the tradition. And then we stand in front of a sign that says, don't throw bread, and we throw bread. And, and it feels terrible. And then one year we decided we weren't going to throw bread, and we threw very small stones. And then the ducks who thought they were going to get bread got a terrible surprise. So I didn't love that either. So the new plan is birdseed. We're throwing birdseed this year. So Sam has like a Costco-sized birdseed. You do not need to bring your own birdseed. We have birdseed to last us the next 10 years for everybody's sins plus. So join us. We'll have birdseed. You don't have to worry about bread.
Okay.
Oh, at Kleinline Park at 4:30 on Thursday, tomorrow.
Bring a jacket.
It'll rain.
Yeah, I don't have to do that one. Yamim Norim Memorial Service is at Kehila Olam in Northwood Cemetery at 1:15 on Sunday, the 24th. Kol Nidre service is Friday, September 29th at 7:30 p.m. If you wish to attend Break the Fast, please register with Sam or on the website when you sign up for the high holidays. There's a nominal fee of $15 for those who are financially able. KAWRJ and the Social Action Committee are co-hosting a winter squash harvest benefiting the Clark County Food Bank at Heritage Farms on Wednesday, September 27th at 5 p.m. There's an email, kwrj18@gmail.com for details. The sukkah raising is on Sunday, October 1st at 8:30 a.m. This is a men's club event, and help is needed. I think you can even be a woman to help.
I think help
I don't
is
know.
help. I think,
Okay.
yeah.
Just throwing that out there. And what?
And
there
bagels.
will be food. Okay, there will
But
be
you
food.
have to put up the sukkah in order to
You
eat
have
the
to
bagels.
work in order to get. KAWRJ will also be hosting an event, Soup and Salad in the Sukkah, on October 10th at 6:30 p.m. Please email them. Okay.
And
That
one more
is-
thing, which is that we have services also second day on Friday morning at 10 o'clock. If you've never been to second day Rosh Hashanah, it's a whole other world, and it's really fun and really lovely. It's different than tomorrow morning will be. So please join us for that as well. Thank you, Larry.
Okay, thank you.
Mazel tov on your first announcement reading.
Yasher koach.
Yes, Shikoach. Yes, Sam has one. Thank you. I think up until Sukkot even we'll go. And to Sukkot, bring food. Bring food or money for donations to the Clark County Food Bank. Thank you. Page 47.
Do you want to do Kiddush up here too, or in there? Up there, okay. Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra le'et nasa b'chefto kol azai melech shemo nikra אחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא אחד ואין שני להמשילו להכבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העוז הוא אלי וחי גואלי וצור חבלי בעת צרה והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום אקרא ביעדו הפקיד רוחי בעת אישן והעירה ואם רוחי גוויעתי אדוני לי ולא
Shana Tova Tekatevu. May we all have a good, sweet, peaceful, healthy new year in the coming year. Please join us in the social hall for Kiddush and Oneg. Thank you, Barb Green, for honey cake. Thank you, Flip. What?